This complete video content is prepared based on Samacheer new syllabus, and I hope it will be of a great help to all those who are preparing for PG TRB exams. And this is the first unit, Early India 1, that is from the beginning till Indus Valley Civilization. When you look at the introduction, the word history is derived from the Greek word historia, and looking at India, coming to the point of Indian history, whenever you wanted to study something about a history of a country, we are completely depending upon the sources. The sources are generally or broadly divided into two main categories, and it is archaeological sources and literary sources. Archaeological sources is nothing but it includes coins, inscriptions, monuments, archaeological sites, geological sediments, animal bones and fossils, stone and bone tools, rock paintings and other artifacts. So we also archaeological evidence, floral and faunal evidences also comes under the category of archaeological evidences. It is very much useful to understand the relationship of man with the environment, and floral evidences includes seeds, pollens, and phytoliths, which helps one to gain knowledge of farming practiced by Stone Age people. The mitochondrial DNA studies provide information on prehistoric migration. So literary sources, again literary sources is broadly divided into religious literatures, secular literatures and foreign accounts. So interdisciplinary nature of history. So history is closely associated with the following subjects like archaeology, paleoanthropology, numismatics, epigraphy, stratigraphy, paleontology, phytophilic, archaeobotanist. So we are now entering into the main content of Unit 1, it is Prehistoric India. So prehistoric India it is a period where before the development of language. So in order to know about the history of this period, we are completely depending upon archaeological sources. So this period is referred as the Stone Age. It is believed that our ancestors migrated from Africa to different parts of the world. The earliest human ancestor to migrate from Africa was called as Homo erectus. So the earliest human ancestor to migrate from Africa was called as Homo erectus. Division of prehistoric India. Generally, to learn the history of prehistoric India, it is divided into Stone Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age. Stone Age is divided into Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age, Neolithic Age and Iron Age. Paleolithic Age is again subdivided into Lower Paleolithic culture, Middle Paleolithic culture and Upper Paleolithic culture. So Lower Paleolithic culture. During this period, it is believed that Homo erectus form of ancestor species has lived in India. The first Paleolithic tools were identified at Pallavaram near Chennai by Robert Bruce Foote in 1863. They made large stone blocks, pebbles, hand axes, clovers and choppers. And these Paleolithic people, they used tools for hunting and skinning the animals. Acheulean industry mainly made hand axes and clovers. And Adirampakam, Pallavaram, Gudian near Chennai, Hangzi Valley and Izampur in Karnataka, Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh were some of the few important Paleolithic sites where the Acheulean tools are found. Hominin. Hominin is nothing but the immediate ancestor of Homo sapiens, and they were very rare in India. The only well-known hominin fossil of India was found at Hathinora near Hoshanabad in Madhya Pradesh, and the cranium is named as Narmada human. It is the only existing fossil of human ancestor in India. And these people, they mainly hunted animals and gathered roots, nuts and fruits. They lived in open air, river valleys, caves and rock shelters, and this is evident from Bhimbetka cave in Madhya Pradesh and Gudiyam near Chennai. Middle Paleolithic culture. The species of Homo erectus existed during this period. In India, the Middle Paleolithic phase was first identified by H.T. Sankalia on the Pravara river at Nevasa. The tool types of the Middle Paleolithic period are hand axes, cleavers, choppers, chopping tools, scrapers, and knives on flakes. In this Middle Paleolithic period, flake industry was the predominant industry of this period, and this culture is roughly dated between 3,85,000 and 40,000 BCE. The Middle Paleolithic sites are found in Narmada, Godavari, Krishna, Yamuna, and other river valleys. The people of this period mainly used small sized tools. Upper Paleolithic culture. This period is marked by innovation in tool technology. It is believed that the modern humans first evolved in the sub-Saharan Africa. The industries of this period is based on blade and bone tool technologies. Bone tools and faunal remains have been found in Karnool caves in Andhra Pradesh. Maralbavi in Karnataka, Karnool caves in Andhra Pradesh, Godavarkani in Telangana, Bahar 1 and 3 of Sun Valley in Madhya Pradesh, and Patna in Maharashtra are some of the few Upper Paleolithic sites of India. The earliest known evidence of a shrine in India was found at Bahar in Uttar Pradesh. Decorated ostrich shells from Upper Paleolithic sites is found in Patna and Maharashtra. The lithic blade industry is in advanced form during this period. Some of the green color paintings of this period is found at Bhimbetka. Bhimbetka is a cave in Madhya Pradesh. So now we are entering into the next part. It is Mesolithic period. And a few Mesolithic sites in India are found in Paisra, that is Bihar, Lanhaj, Bahar 2, Chopani, Sarai Naharai, Mahadaha, Damdama, that is in Uttar Pradesh. Then Karnataka. Rock shelters are found in Adamgag and Bhimbetka. These two places are more important when you compare with the other sites. That is rock shelter sites in Adamgag and Bhimbetka. It is too important when you filter it off. Then other coastal sites. Coastal sites which had evidence for Mesolithic period includes Mumbai, Terai sites in Thoothukudi district of Tamil Nadu, and Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. And there is evidence that these people, that the Mesolithic people, they used a lot of microlithic stones or weapons, whatever may be. Hunting wild animals and gathering plant foods and fishing were the people's main occupation during this period. They used spears, bow and arrow, and traps to hunt animals. The people used fire and perhaps roasted food also. They made temporary huts and used caves and rock shelters. The temporary huts were built using perishable materials. The Mesolithic people, they buried their dead bodies and they used microlithic tools, that is a small tools. Next, the major part, it is Neolithic culture, and this marked the beginning of agriculture and animal domestication. Production and supply of a large quantity of grains and animal food began during this period, and large villages came into existence and pottery developed during this period. People began to live in a permanent place, that is permanent residents were built during the Neolithic period. The earliest evidence for drilling human tooth of a living person has been found at Mehergarh. That is important. The earliest evidence for drilling human tooth of a living person has been found at Mehergarh. Mehergarh, Rana Gunjai, Sarakala, and Jalilpur are some of the Neolithic sites. Wheat and barley are commonly cultivated. Sheep, goat, and cattle were domesticated by the people. They were semi-nomadic pastoral groups. They built their houses with mud and buried their dead bodies. They used ornaments of seashell, limestone, other sandstone, etc. There is evidence for pottery during this period. Terracotta figurines and glass defiance beads have been found in these places. Evidence for ornaments on women were also seen. During this period, long distance trade was practiced. They also used black color and red ware potteries. Black and red ware potteries were used during this period. The domesticated animals, which includes cattle, sheep, goat, pig, dog and fowl. These people, they had interaction with the Harappan civilization. There is evidence that the people had interactions with the Harappan civilization. Interaction in the sense that is trade relationship. The Neolithic sites are found at many sites in Bihar and West Bengal. Birbangpur and Chiranda, some of the prominent Neolithic sites found in India. The Neolithic cultures of South India have been found mainly in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and northwestern part of Tamil Nadu. Now we are just leaving prehistoric India and we are entering into Indus Valley civilization. So the most notable feature of Indus Valley civilization is that it is an urban civilization. Harappa was the first site to be identified or to be excavated, and so the civilization is named as Harappan civilization. It belongs to the Bronze Age civilization, and Harappan civilization, that is the Indus Valley civilization, is broadly divided into three main cultural phases. It is early Harappan, mature Harappan and later Harappan period. Harappa was first visited by Charles Mason in 1826 AD. The site of Harappa was destroyed for laying the railway lines from Lahore to Multan. Alexander Cunningham, the first surveyor of the Archaeological Survey of India, visited the site in 1853, 1856 and also in 1875. During 1940s, Mortimer Wheeler excavated the Harappan sites. Boundaries of the civilization. So we have Surkha-Jandar in the west, we have Shortuka in the north, Alamgirpur in the east, Daimabad in the south, and the core area of the civilization, which includes Pakistan, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Haryana. Mehergarh is one of the areas of the world where agriculture and animal domestication began very early. This place is so significant. It is one of the areas of the world where agriculture and animal domestication began very early. The important cities in the Indus Valley civilization is Harappa, which is located in Punjab in Pakistan, Mohenjo-daro, which is located in Sindh in Pakistan, Dholavira, Lothal and Surkha in Gujarat, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Banavali and Rakhigarhi in Haryana. These are the major places of Indus Valley civilization. That is Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Dholavira, Lothal, Surkha, Kalibangan, Banavali and Rakhigarhi. Main features of the Indus Valley civilization, that is fortification. Well-planned streets and lanes and drainages are noticed in the civilization. The people used baked and unbaked bricks and also stones for the construction of buildings. The houses were built on mud bricks while the drainages were built with burnt bricks. Towns had a grid pattern. They adapted double cropping system in agriculture. So double cropping system in agriculture. Ploughed fields have been found at Kalibangan. These are evidences. Ploughed fields have been found at Kalibangan. This may be asked in one verse. That's why I have given it as a points. These were the major points that I took from the Samacheer textbook, that is new syllabus textbook. And the outstanding feature of Indus Valley civilization at Mohenjo-daro is the existence of a great bath. And you can see a lot of stairs on northern and southern side of the great bath. The bricks were laid watertight with gypsum and mortar. It is mainly associated with some ritual bathing. When you come back to the other features of the civilization, they domesticated sheep, goat and fowl. Horse was unknown to the people. They had no knowledge of horse. And Cebu, there is a reference of Cebu. Cebu is nothing but a Harappan cattle. Bead and ornament making, shell bangle making and metal working were the major crafts that existed in the Indus Valley civilization. They used well-fired pottery. Their potteries had a deep red and black paintings. They had red and black paintings. Rohri Chet, it is nothing but a sedimentary rock which is found in the region of Rohri in Pakistan. It was mainly used by the Harappans for making stone blades and tools. The image of a dancing girl was found at Mohenjo-daro, and the people of Indus Valley civilization had a very close trade contacts with the Mesopotamians. This is evident from the cuneiform inscriptions of the Mesopotamians, and there's a word in the cuneiform inscriptions as Meluha, which refers to the Indus region. About 5,000 texts has been documented from the Harappan sites. The longest text has about 26 signs, but their language was still it is not deciphered so far. And important objects of art. So best examples to highlight the art of Indus Valley people is the sculpture of a priest king of Stetite, dancing girl which is made out of copper, stone sculptures from Harappa, Mohenjo-daro and Dolavera. And apart from that, the people worshipped nature, they worshipped pipaltry, they gave more importance to mother goddesses, and Shiva was also, God Shiva, that is Lord Shiva, was also worshipped by the people. Fire altars have been identified at Kalibankan. And decline and end of the civilization. How did the civilization decline, and when did the civilization came to an end? So here the decline of the civilization began around 1900 BCE. The reasons which were put forward by the historians for the decline includes changes in climate, decline of trade with the Mesopotamians, drying of the river and water resources, or maybe due to some continuous drought. So these were the major reasons put forward by the historians. There were other reasons also, saying maybe invasions, floods, or shifting of the river course as the reasons. And archaeological evidence shows movement of the Harappans to the east and towards the south after the decline of the civilization. So the people began to move towards the east and they started moving towards the south after the decline of the civilization. So this book, that is Edgar Thurston wrote Castes and Tribes in Southern India. This book was given as a reference in your in the new syllabus textbook. So I thought they may ask it as a one word. So I just added it in the last slide. So Edgar Thurston, he wrote the book Castes and Tribes in Southern India, in which he has mentioned a lot of the details of castes and tribes in Southern India. Since it is provided in the new Samacheer textbook, I have added it as a last slide. Hope this video would help you a lot in preparing for those who are preparing for PG TRB exams, which is very close. And this video will be like a revision. After reading of the textbook, come back and listen to this video. It will be like a revision of the contents mentioned in the Samacheer textbook new syllabus. Thank you.